What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Lindsey's Life. Today we are going to make gingerbread cookies to get in the holiday spirit, so let's get in the kitchen and let's get started. Step number 1 is to always wash your hands, and number 2, make sure you get your apron on. That way you don't mess up your nice holiday sweatshirt. Now you need a mixer, which I'm going to use my KitchenAid because I look for any excuse to use that because I had lovely friends that bought it for me. Also, I started with 10 tablespoons of unsalted softened butter already in there and went ahead and started mixing that to get it nice and creamy, and you didn't really get to see that. Make sure you awkwardly scrape down the sides. That way it's awkward for anybody watching you or anybody else that's in the room. Just make that look nice and crunchy. Add 3/4 cups of brown sugar and make sure that gets incorporated into the butter. Then add in 2/3 of a cup of molasses and hold your nose because it doesn't smell very good. Now add in 1 large egg at room temperature and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, which I didn't use, I just have vanilla flavoring, so that's okay too. So now we're going to get all of our dry ingredients together, and we're going to start with 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. Start with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Then add in ½ teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and ½ teaspoon each of allspice and cloves. Now whisk all of that together until it's well combined. Now slowly incorporate that into the butter mixture that you've already made, and make sure you make a mess or else you didn't have a good time. Your mixture might separate a little bit, mine did, and that's okay. It all comes together in the end, don't really worry about it. While that's mixing together, it's the perfect time to act like you didn't spill anything and add that in too, so just go ahead and clean up that mess a little bit. Don't forget to scrape down the sides and make sure everything actually gets off the bottom so that everything's incorporated nicely. Spend entirely too long trying to clean off the paddle, but it's very important to get all of that so there's no cookie left behind. Cover your surface in plastic wrap and divide your dough into 2, and make sure you fold that up nicely so that it can go in the fridge overnight, or in my case, a few days. After your dough is completely chilled and you're actually ready to bake your cookies, make sure you flour your surface very thoroughly, and that's extremely important because these cookies stuck to everything. Since I said they stuck to everything, make sure that you flour your rolling pin too, a very crucial step, don't miss that one. Roll your dough to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, or however thick you want them. I did not measure this. Choose whatever shape cookie cutter you want. I had snowmen, stockings, Christmas trees, Santa Clauses, gingerbread men, basically whatever you want to use, and start cutting out your cookies and put those to the side so that they can bake. Place your cookies on a lined tray. I like to use the silicone liner because it's reusable and less waste, and put those in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. After 10 minutes, pull them out of the oven and let them sit on the tray for just a couple of minutes so that they start to cool. That way they're cool enough to be able to move with the spatula. Move them to a cooling rack to finish cooling, and then they're ready to go. So I have definitely eaten several of these cookies, and so has my husband. I may or may not have dropped one, and the dogs might have got to share one too, so they seem to approve. So thanks for hanging out with me while I bake gingerbread cookies. If you want to make a gingerbread house, do not use this recipe. They're not strong enough for any kind of structure, but they are really good cookies, so I highly suggest them. So thanks for hanging out, and I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Excuse me. Hey, can you move?
Hey.
Go over there. Go over there. You too. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, everybody out of the kitchen. Out of the kitchen. Now, out of the kitchen, out of the kitchen, out of the kitchen. Top 2, 3, 4. You can go through or you can back it out, whichever. A couple of minutes to cool just a little bit. After they sat there for a few minutes.